found my perfect sound. Can you see the fire in my eyes? Bitches burning out. Lightning in a bottle. I think I just found my perfect sound. Can you see the fire in my eyes? Bitches burning out.
Hi. What is up?
Immediately click out.
They had to.
Hi, guys.
What is up? First Choice Fantasy. We're back. Week 3 start sits. I'm sure most of you people, if you're here, you probably watched our week 3 start sits from 2020. Somebody commented on that just recently, by the way. I responded to him right after last night's game. It was Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott start. And I was like, by the way, this is not 2021, but you can check that video out when it does come out. But definitely Aaron Rodgers. But anyway, today, quarterbacks, tight ends, separating them. Quarterbacks, tight ends, same video. Running back, wide receiver, same video. But quarterbacks, tight ends for week 2. How did we do? I know I split in why quarterback start missed Joey Burrow.
I'll be honest. I don't care about how we did between specifically, but I can tell you overall, Brandon was 8-4, I was 7-5, and you were 6-6. So I mean, better results than before.
Bounce back week, baby.
I have a half game lead over Brandon in the overall standings, and Ed is lagging a few games behind.
I am negative at the moment, but every single week that I do this, I feel 100% more confident.
We all
I think
had a
this is
bounce
gonna be
back
the week.
week.
Yeah, literally. Week 1's kind of unpredictable anyway. But
oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's just get into the quarterback start, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Wait in. Who's going first?
Alex, you are.
I'm going first. Matt Ryan at the Giants. This one's pretty simple. I don't know if anyone's been watching that team, but I don't know where their defense went. I thought they'd be a lot better at that, but they didn't really seem that interested in stopping like Taylor Heineke, and that's kind of a problem for me. So, yeah, Matt Ryan, that team's going to pass because they have to.
Listen, I was telling you last week.
I
can compete.
Surprised.
They can compete. I mean, I'm not saying.
Although I'm starting to question Tampa's secondary. To be perfectly honest.
Yeah. But then again, who knows? Maybe the Falcons aren't like people were writing them off as like literally like terrible. Yeah, they suck. But like
they suck.
I mean, Matt Ryan, they can put up points. I don't know. It's just like people all thought the Texans could put up absolutely nothing, but then they come out and put up points against the Jaguars, which that's not really a huge accomplishment.
Right,
but Sam Darnold light up the Houston Texans defense, and I mean there's no Taylor there, so at quarterback they're starting that Mills dude. And I mean, I was sketched about putting Sam Darnold as my start just because I was thinking this game, I can see it being a blowout because Taylor's on IR now. And
Carolina's got a good defense.
Well, yeah, Carolina's also got a good defense, so it's a horrible week to have this rookie come in. Who knows? Every time Tyrod Taylor goes out, the quarterback who steps in usually comes in and is just godly.
Becomes Justin Herbert. So
that's Herbert and then Baker Mayfield before that.
Sam Darnold is Justin Herbert.
It could be.
Ed, who you got?
I got Ryan Tannehill against the Colts just because he only has one passing or something like that. Two passing touchdowns so far, and I think that's gonna change.
A little positive regression would be great for us Ryan Tannehill owners.
Oh my god,
getting kind of fucking angry about that.
Simply that.
He will eventually. Just like Derrick Henry had his bounce back, Tannehill will have his.
We need this.
It's only a matter of time. So I like that one. Good work. Good catch.
All right, bro. Other side. I'm sitting Baker Mayfield against Chicago because they're not passing the ball. That's kind of concerning. Now their receivers are all injured, which is also concerning. So Chicago solid defense, I think. I don't know. They made Burrow turn the ball over a lot. So whatever. I'm sitting Baker.
Yeah.
Not about it.
Carolina last week made Jameis Winston their bitch. And New England defense is no different. They're gonna make Jameis Winston their bitch.
I think they might actually force him to pass a lot.
I'm telling you,
will probably just result in him throwing a lot of interceptions. So
the Saints had one of the worst offensive performances in a very long time, if not like in a
Yeah, it's
like,
funny how that can come after week one.
jeez,
Like,
this is
Not
terrible.
what anything is anymore. Ed, you got a bold one.
I don't know if it's that bold, but Tom Brady against the Rams.
Bold in
That's
terms of like numbers, I feel. You know?
that.
My
Yeah,
man put up
that's the whole
9
poison.
touchdown
Or
passes in
the whole
2
poison.
weeks.
That's exactly it.
Can't keep
9
doing
touchdown
that.
passes and the 75% pass rate play calling. That's
He's been
absurd.
crazy good.
Wow.
Don't know if it's going to keep up, and the Rams defense is decent, and I think it's going to be decent enough to stop Tom Brady from putting up 20 plus fantasy points, which is what he's projecting. So
Yeah.
All right, now let's move on to the absolute fucking minefield that is the tight end position.
Oh man. And you can't go chalk with this either. So we go with
I
these guys.
yeah, I like don't even really know who to call on here. I'm going with Dallas Goedert. Part of me says like, should I not be doing that? Is too much of a cop out? Should he be a lock? But then I'm like, he got 3 targets last week and 1 point.
He almost had a touchdown. So
Like I don't know anymore, man. I just know that like Dallas has been vulnerable across the middle, and I think the Eagles are going to realize that they need to get their tight ends more involved. They didn't really do that at all last week, so I would look for him to get a few targets and maybe a touchdown if we're lucky. And his name's Dallas, and he's at Dallas, so come on now. But like, you're probably starting him if you have him. So.
oh yeah. Yeah, I am going with a player that people weren't really sure if he had juice left. I think he does, and I think he showed it. He's been utilized in the offense. Um, he is 58% rostered in sleeper platforms, which I just looked up. So that's interesting. So look out for this guy. His name is fucking Jared Cook. My dude is utilized. He's used. He's going against the Chiefs. Mike Williams has been stepping up in a big way. This team they run through the pass pretty efficiently. Justin Herbert is as good as last year. He's, if not better. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. Although the Chargers got a good defense, I don't know. It's going to be a good game. I think Jared Cook is as good as it gets, and you could maybe find him on your waiver wire. So look for him.
I can respect it. One thing I don't know if I'm going to be able to respect it after the week is starting Austin Hooper. The thing is, week 1, I think I had him as a start as well. That shit the bed, quite frankly. But week 2, I mean, it seems to me that the Browns would like to use their tight ends like in a very often. They just like to use them a lot. I don't know which one they're going to use. They used Njoku a lot week 1. Week 2, Njoku did nothing. I think week 2, Austin Hooper had the same exact use as week 1, but now Jarvis Landry's out. I don't know. This is really a shot in the dark because, like you guys said, you can't really go chalk with tight ends. I didn't want to take another shot down deep like Dalton Schultz, like I tried to do last week. I think Austin Hooper's a fine tight end. I don't know how much is projected, but I would say a top 10 is possible with him. That's really all you can really ask for from tight
That's
end.
about where we're at right now.
Yeah. To me, it's easier to find a tight end that you should start rather than a tight end you should sit. That's pretty hard finding tight ends you should sit because, like,
Because most of them just seem like you're being mean.
yeah, exactly. Because you don't want to go or go crazy and be like, oh, sit Kittle this week, and like no one does that unless you're fucking
Maybe you
on
should have
crack.
considered it.
Who knows?
right.
Maybe you should have. But this week since I'm just talking, might as well just flow into it. Mike Gesicki, he's my sit playing the Raiders. They've been a solid defense. Gesicki has been below average, below expectations.
Say that.
He's been nowhere. I don't even know what he's actually done this season. Like, I know week 1 he did nothing, and I can't imagine he did much with Jacoby Brissett, which he may be going into week 3 with, because 2 is a rib injury. So there's that. Just not a good situation. So Mike Gesicki is going to be a sit. Will Fuller's back this week too, debut. So Mike Gesicki is going to vanish even more.
I am going with Logan Thomas because Buffalo has got a really great front 7 and some very good safeties, so that's going to be a tough matchup for him, and their offense is just going to struggle this week, and if there's less opportunities to score, that means there's less chances Logan Thomas is going to score.
Fair.
I was in the same boat with you, Alex, but then I seen you had him listed, so I decided not to match you. But that's a great selection, so you're definitely gonna hit on that. Probably not with my words now, but
I don't
my sit is gonna be my favorite tight end that Brandon hates, and he's probably gonna be happy that he's not gonna do too well this week. No Fant against the Jets.
This is perfect because now when I trade it for him this week from
Gonna
you,
pop off.
you guaranteed to score at least twice. So Ed, I appreciate you.
That's very fun. I did trade or I did sit Gronk first week and he was tight end one.
I would
See, I'm
say
not the tight end whisperer per se, but if I had no fan and like a different tight end, definitely not Austin Hooper though. I would not start Austin Hooper over Fan, but I'm rambling. It is what it is. I would sit Fan. I don't think he's going to do too hot, but he should have a manageable week, like 8 points, 6 points, 7 points. That's manageable, right? The tight ends that we have now kind of is.
Yeah.
hopefully.
All right,
All right,
who's going to perform best in their
Rapid fire.
position?
Best
Quarterback first. Alex.
Okay, no one went. I'll go Kyler Murray. Jacksonville, they're going to be running the ball, but he's their RB1. So
Yeah, I like that. My only reason why I didn't choose them is because I feel like Jacksonville will not be able to keep up, especially with
exactly. They're going to be
Chenault not
running the
being
clock
in.
out with Kyler Murray.
I got Jalen
Starting
Hurts.
the first
Surprisingly enough, Dallas's defense hasn't exactly stepped up much since
it's
last
Herbert.
season.
Struggle next week.
Jalen Hurts got the rushing ability. He can pass through there. Divisional round matchup. It's going to be, hopefully, I don't know. I think it's going to be a good game. And Ed is making a last-second switch.
I switched Aaron Rodgers to Patrick Mahomes. I didn't want to go chalk, but
That's what this section is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Patrick Mahomes.
I
A lot
don't
of
think
points
that's
in that
worth
game.
an explanation because it's Patrick Mahomes. For tight end, I'm going Waller. Again, not worth an explanation. There's like 3 startable tight ends, and one of them is Darren Waller. So occasionally he's going to have the best week. Brandon appears to be a little bit confused.
I was
about what's
waiting
going
for
on this
Ed
week.
to say, I have him as well.
I have him as well.
And I have George Kittle going against Baltimore. So I think it's going to be a good game there.
Could you go ahead and check that again?
What's that? What am I saying?
Matchup.
I think Hawkinson's playing.
That's crazy.
Isn't it Detroit, Baltimore?
Shit, I
Who
don't
is
remember.
it?
I know that yeah, I don't know who Detroit's playing, but it's
Kittle's
San
playing Green
Francisco.
Bay.
Yeah.
All right, Kittle against Green Bay. Well, even better. I mean, who was I? Okay, it might have been another tight end I was considering. Who's playing Green? Or
I mean, Green Bay has given up 3 touchdowns to tight ends so far. So, like, here's hoping.
all right, so
It's giving me
I was
incentive
thinking
to sit on
TJ
Kittle for
I
this
was
week.
debating between Hawkinson and Kittle, and instinctually I went both of them. But yeah,
Hey, man, you can't go wrong with Iowa tight ends.
that's for sure.
I think that should just be that's the sending off message here. Draft your Iowa tight ends. Iowa tight ends and take everyone else from Alabama. I promise you will win a World Series by the 3rd year.
And you gotta like,
You know what I
comment,
said.
share, and subscribe.
And that will also win you
It's
a
optional.
World Series.
Or
You got 2
championships.
options. Basically, just take the first choice option, I guess. I had to. It was right
Sure.
there.
Adios.
Later.